No one in this world can say they will never lose control of their lives at some point. No one can say they will never surrender to an addiction or to despair. It doesn't matter if your life today is organized, if you have a job, if you have savings, if you have a family that loves you, a husband, a wife, kids, your grandparents, you're surrounded by love. It doesn't matter. At some point, you may lose control, and there's a reason for that. Instead of just explaining that to you, I'll illustrate with two articles from the Brazilian newspaper. It happened last year, 2024, in August. The first one you can say is a normal, unfortunately normal, true story of violence in big cities like Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. A homeless man was beaten to death downtown Rio. It happened like this. He was on drugs. He entered a restaurant to ask for food. There was a security guard there that kicked him out. But the homeless man was on drugs, as I mentioned. So he grabbed some stones from the sidewalk and he came back to throw at the restaurant. The security guard was enraged. He had a big piece of wood on his hands. So he started running after the homeless man on the streets, finally reaching out to him and beating him to death. So this man lost his life on the streets of downtown Rio, beaten to death by this security guard. The second article is a follow-up article to this one that a journalist called Felipe Gelani did. He went after the story of this homeless man. Who was he? He found out his name was Luis Felipe. This is actually the first part of the title of the follow-up article. I'm going to leave the link here on if you want to check him out and see the picture of the guy with his mom and his family. He had a normal family. He had a relationship. He was married. He had 3 kids. He had job. He had money. He had a normal life like you and me. And he also had his mom. He was really, really emotionally close to his mom. And this is what happened. His mom passed away 2 years prior to Luis Felipe's death downtown Rio. That's the thing. He couldn't deal with the pain of losing his mom. He was really close to her, so he started drinking, he started using drugs, and that led to financial problems, and he ended up losing contact with his family in the suburbs of Rio. So this is what I'm trying to tell you. You can never know what the future is going to bring to you. You can never know what pain lies ahead in your life. You can try to organize in your mind how you're going to deal with the passing of your parents or grandparents or kids or brothers and sisters. We never know who's going to die first, who's going to die on us. You may try to organize in your mind, but you never know for sure because you don't know how it's going to happen. If they're going to suffer, if your kid is going to die in a car accident or is going to be murdered or it's going to be murdered in front of you, how that will affect your mental state, how that will affect your health, how that will affect your life. So unfortunately, I have another true sad story to tell you that happened in the suburbs of Rio. It was a family, a guy married, happily married to his wife and had 3 kids. So he got home one day just to find out that his wife was raped and killed, and 2 of his 3 kids were killed as well. He completely lost it. He lost his mind. He abandoned his family. He abandoned, the remaining of his family, his brothers, uncles. He abandoned everybody. He lost his job. He went to live on the streets of Rio. This is a true story as well. So there are several like this in Brazil, in Rio, and I'm sure in your city, all over the world. Unfortunately, a lot of people that surrender to drugs and alcohol because it's not something that we do consciously, something that it happens because of the pain. The amount of pain is like a tsunami. You can never predict how you're going to react because you don't know the size of the pain, how deep it's going to be. So we have to keep that in mind that everybody will need help at some point. Everybody will need to reach out to somebody to ask for help. Everybody can be in an addiction. Everybody can be in despair at some point. So please keep that in mind. Don't think in the Spiritism book, the Spiritism and doctrine, one of the things we have to always fight against is pride, the bad pride, because there's good pride. I'm proud of being a good father. This is good pride. I'm proud of being a good, employee. The bad pride is like beating up your chest and say, I'm better. I'm never going to surrender. I'm never going to need anybody. I'm never going to need anybody's help. So please keep that in mind. You don't know the pain that's coming your way. We have to be prepared to what's going to come. We have to do the best we can to be prepared, but we never can be fully prepared. That's the bottom line.